Hey, it's Jamie, Alan Bishop with Soul Heart Entertainment here. I am coming to you live from Williams, Arizona, where we are filming in and around, it's in a railway boxcar. Can you see? Super, super cool. We're also out here in the freezing cold. It is a really, really, really cold. So I suspect that we will not be doing this very long today. But let's get to it. Let's talk a little bit about relationships and how they relate to our toes. All right, so first of all, just a quick little recap on the toe reading map. So we have ether, air, fire, water, and earth. Those are the big toe. The air toe is the second toe. The fire toe is the middle toe. The water toe, which is what we're all about today, is about relationships. And in relationships, when it comes to relationships, I think most of the time struggle the most with how to be resilient in relationships. You know, we all have our challenges. We all have communication challenges. We all have expectation challenges where we put our own expectations on other people and then feel disappointed when those expectations are not met. We also have resilience challenges where it feels like the end of the world when things change or when things don't go, again, quite to the degree of expectations. But, you know, we have to adjust and we have to show up the best way we know how and learn from what we do to ourselves and others, right? One of the things that I wanted to talk about here today is around how on our right foot or our external self side, how we might be a little too focused on the past in order to show up in the present tense for our current relationships. So if you find yourself saying phrases like, but before, this is how you behaved. But I have to base my, decisions right here, right now on how things have happened in the past or things that I've learned or any of those kind of phrases. The caution there is that you're not living in the present moment. Now, I say you, that's kind of more the royal we. We all do it. We all act like we're not. We all have our expectations, and those expectations are not often, they do not often come across the best way possible when it comes to how we expect other people to behave. Anyway, the point being, that shows up in our toes by, you can see on the right toe, which is our external self side, that shows up in either the toe hiding underneath the action toe and or that toe pointing toward that big toe. So it's very focused on that past experience. And that also shows up on these toes. Same way, where it's kind of curving toward that big toe. So there's a lot of kind of meaty behavior there. When it shows up meaty like that, it means that we're holding back. We're holding back from showing up our full self, we're not trusting the way that the process is happening for us, and it ends up causing more challenges than it's worth. More challenges than, and we blame it on our past, which is, I get it. I totally get it because been there, done that. I blame the past. Of course, how could you not? Because that's what you've learned, right? That's what we think. But when we drop down into our heart space and we come from that place of knowing that everybody is wanting the best for everybody else. And I know that that's not always the case. That's not always how it works in relationships. But if you can find that place of resilience around what your expectations are versus what's actually happening, I think that most people will find that the resilience piece of that is showing up anyway, even if things have happened in our past that have not served us well, even if we expect things to be different, or maybe, I'm being kind of vague here because I don't want to really get into the drama around what pieces of the puzzle cause those thoughts, feelings, and emotions to come up. But I can tell you that the way that they show up in the toes is focusing too much on the past. Focusing too much on the past. These are both right feet, and both those right feet show up as focusing too much on the past. So the question at hand would be, where can we be more present in the here and now and have those toes show up a little bit straighter? Have those toes show up not hidden under the toes beside them, or not too close to the toes beside them. And when we show up in person, live, right here, right now, it's amazing how those relationships transform into, we're no longer putting expectations of what we've learned from the past as bad and putting that expectation of something bad happening. We're also not putting it too much out into the future, where we're causing anxiety around what might happen or what might be. That staying fully present in that present moment is really challenging to do, but it is so worth it when it comes to relationships, because we really get the highest, most exciting, most love-filled experience when we do that, right? So if you're just joining us, I want to let you know that I'm probably not going to take the full half hour today, because I'm out here in Williams, Arizona, where it is 26 degrees, and I'm in a boxcar, a train boxcar. It's super, super cool. But what I'm going to suggest is that we write any kind of questions that we have around relationships in the comments below, and I will post videos, even if they're super small, super snippet videos, around answering those questions. And it's any questions involving relationships. So if you have challenges in relationships, or you just feel like, especially after having just spent time with our family members that we may not see very often, challenges definitely can come up with our relationships and how we deal with them and how that feels. And when we know what we're dealing with, we can look to our toes to see where the subconscious beliefs are happening in our world, and use those subconscious beliefs to adjust ourselves and adjust our expectations and adjust our attitudes so that we can get the most out of the experience that we're having right here, right now, with the family members or friends that we may or may not see very often. So I just wanted to get on here really quick tonight. It's about 26 degrees here in Williams, so I'm going to cut this short. But thank you so much for being on, even if it's just for a few seconds. If you have questions, please leave the questions and comments in the comments below. And I also wanted to make two important announcements. One is tomorrow on the 30th, I'm going to be doing a vision board, a create your own vision board live on Facebook from the comfort of my home. So it will be super long. And we're just going to be creating vision boards that are done in a feng shui manner where, I look back at my vision boards from the past that I've done in this manner, and it's crazy how many things have come true and come to fruition for me. So I love, love, love using the vision boards in a feng shui way. And so if you're looking to do a vision board, by all means join us tomorrow on December 30th I think I have it from 9 a.m. to noon, and that is California time. So if you're joining from anywhere else in the world, you can base the time on 9 to noon, okay? The second announcement that I have is that I'm doing a class. I'm doing a Learn It Live class starting on January 7th. And it's at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you can join me for that class, that's all about how we go about finding our purpose, our soul's destined path in this lifetime. What are we here to do? You know, how are we supposed to do it? What are we supposed to do to come up with those, with what our soul's purpose is? So I'm going to teach a class on how to determine your soul's purpose, and that's on January 7th. At 4 p.m. Pacific. And hi, Janine. Thanks for watching. So glad you're here. I wanted to let you know that I'm cutting it short today because I'm out here in 20-degree weather, 26-degree weather here in Williams, Arizona. It's really, really neat and cool. We're out here at the train station in a boxcar. I don't know if you can see the really beautiful lights of the super cute town that we're in. I'm kind of in this train car right now trying to stay out of the cold. It's so cold here. There's the Grand Canyon Railroad. So cool. Anyway, so super happy to be here today, but I'm gonna go get warm because it's crazy. If you have relationship questions in how that shows up in your feet and ways to overcome certain things that we are challenged to us, write them in the comments below and I'll send you a private quick little video around whatever your questions are. So thank you so much for being here. Happy holidays, happy new year. Join me tomorrow for the Feng Shui Vision Board class, and I'll see you again next Tuesday. Bye for now.